Alafia Hote Kamusta. Welcome to the Mind of Bro page. I am Awo Obajuluna, also known as the Queen of Skulls. So today I'm going to make a video, our last couple of videos, so I'm doing like a series of videos of answering questions that are common questions that men ask me. So my last video I made was on what I'm going to do today is, the question is it ethical for women to go to the club, for a woman to go to the club every weekend if she's in a relationship? So today I'm going to talk about that. I've had a lot of men ask me that. I've seen a lot of men talk about that online as well. So my last video that I made was on what are women doing when they disappear. So I went over it in regards to that whenever, if she disappears, while she goes out to the club, or she goes out to her with her friends, if she stopped texting you or calling you or disappearing and stuff like that. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and check my last video out. So before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mind of Bro. I also have a TikTok and Instagram and X at Mind of Bro, and I also have a Facebook business page at The Mind of Bro. And just to let you know, I'm an Ian Nifa and a Yaya. I am a medium. I am a priestess. So I do readings. I am psychic. So if you would like to get a reading done or some kind of consultation or help or healing or protection work done, because I am involved in esoteric arts, go ahead and shoot me a message, a comment, and make an appointment up with me. So I feel a little tongue-tied today for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because I just kind of got finished doing a bunch of everyone healing, so my energy's just a little bit drained, but I'll get it together, And I'm really hungry right now, and it's kind of late right now. So, all right, so is it ethical? Is it really ethical for a woman in a relationship to go to the club every weekend? I'd have to say it only can be if you guys mutually agreed that it's okay. So it just really just depends on the relationship. But I'm going to suppose if you're watching this, most likely you don't like it. Majority of the time when men ask this question is because they are with a woman, or they've been with a woman who wants to go to the club, and he said something about it, and he doesn't like her always going to the club, and she's not respecting that, and he's not really, like, obviously, like, man, in my early 20s, I used to hit the club like every weekend, so I've had that issue. I was young and dumb. You know, there's been times where I've had my man tell me he didn't like it and I would go anyways. So even as a person who's done it myself, I would have to say, if you have told your woman that you don't like her going to the club every weekend or however much she's going, then yes, that is blatant disrespect. And if she's arguing with you, that is definitely an issue. So it's not the issue of is it a yes or no question if it's ethical. It's really dependent on your scenario. If you specifically told her that you do not want her going to the club all the time like that, and she just goes anyways because she says she's going to do what she wants, then yeah, I would say then at that point, then that would not be ethical. So it just depends on the scenario. So I want to go into some steps, and let's say you have a woman that goes to the club all the time and you do not like it. What do you do? So number one would definitely be open dialogue. If you're with a woman that goes to the club all the time and you made it pretty clear that you do not want her going to the club all the time, you need to encourage a conversation and concerns without you acting defensive and angry and too dominating, because if she's the type of person who likes to go out, you're just going to make her want to just go out more. She's going to try to run away from the conversation. So being able to open a conversation up without you spooking her away to make her want to go out with her friends more is going to be the best route. Obviously, yelling at her, being accusative, like accusing her of doing more than just going out, is going to be like the wrong way of starting the conversation. So I would have to say, you know, get your composure, and if you're already irritated and angry, you gotta like get it together before you start the conversation. You know, make sure it's at the right time, right place. Don't have a conversation when she's already dressed and already told her friend she's going out. Like, you gotta really be picky about when you're going to bring this conversation up with her. Make sure it's a calm setting. She's at home chilling. She's not about to leave. Her hair all done, makeup all done. Of course she's going to get mad at you. If you bring up the conversation where she's already done her makeup, got dressed, did her hair, any woman will be irritated because she's already ready. She doesn't want to go take her dress off and take her makeup off and then go tell all her friends that her man told her she can't go. She doesn't want to have that conversation with her friends. So then you're opening up a dialogue of her friends bashing you, and we don't want that. So if you want to open up a conversation with your woman about that, I would definitely say the setting is a really important factor. You know what I mean? The second one would be active listening. She does need to be open to listening to how you feel. She does need to actively respect your feelings and you bringing up the conversation without her acting defensive about it. If she acts defensive, maybe you need to wait until she's not acting defensive when you can actually have a conversation with her. Maybe you need to ask her why she's getting defensive. Are you saying it with an attitude? Is she trying to hide something? Or does she just feel like her going to a club every weekend is this basic freedom that she wants? And sometimes it could be that. Sometimes, I remember when I was young, a lot of times we could see it as freedom. I do what I want to do whatever. I don't want no man tell me what to do. So it could be like she doesn't want to lose her independence or freedom to go have fun. She doesn't want to feel like you're controlling her or something like that. So sometimes that's why she could be defensive. It's not okay. She shouldn't be defensive. But she needs to respect your feelings as well. It's not just about her. And that's what a healthy relationship is. The next one would be both of you need to set some kind of boundaries. Obviously, if she's going out, she needs to learn how to answer her phone. She can't be ignoring you. You know, letting you know where she's going. Sorry, somebody called. I'm on the phone. Sorry about that. But yeah, setting healthy boundaries with each other. If she is going to go out, you know, letting her know, you know, don't play the disappearing act on me. Let me know where you're going. Let me know who you're with. And if you go somewhere after the club, let me know. I think those are just healthy boundaries to have if you want to agree with her to go out. But letting her know the certain things that she should be doing if she is going to go out so that you don't feel anxious. Another one would be her letting you know what her boundaries are with you. Like, don't show up in your sweatpants and your pajama bottoms screaming at her at the club saying, come home. That would be, you know, don't be crazy, okay? That would be a healthy boundary for you not to do. You know what I mean? Not blowing her phone up like a crazy person when she's out with her friends. Things like that. You know, you both need to communicate healthy boundaries with each other. And you both need to be on the same page, and you guys both have a right to have your own personal boundaries, and you guys need to talk about that kind of stuff. If she is going to go out and you want to be comfortable with her going out, then you guys got to have some kind of set boundaries with that. Or if you also need to learn how to compromise when it comes to her clubbing and stuff. Like, would you be comfortable with her just doing it less? Maybe not every weekend. Maybe just once a month or every other weekend or whatever it is, whatever the scenario is. Or are you going to be more comfortable if you know that she's going with somebody that you know or people that you know and not strangers or something? You know what I mean? Those are just learning how to compromise with each other. And in a relationship, you both need to learn how to do that. If you both cannot compromise and meet somewhere in the middle, then you really don't need to be in a relationship because you guys aren't always going to agree on things. So therefore, you guys need to compromise when it comes to this kind of stuff. So the next one would be, if she's always going out with her friends and clubbing all the time, that could definitely take time away from you. So making a priority that quality time with each other and her not just always going out with her friends to be very important. And that needs to matter to her as well. And she needs to be open to hearing you out. Saying, hey, how am I supposed to spend time with you if you are always going out with your friends all the time? And honestly, a lot of women, if you make plans with her or surprise her with plans, women love that kind of stuff. And I bet you she'll end up staying home with you or going out with you more if she had plans with you and wouldn't be going out with her friends as much. So maybe even you setting those plans for you guys to go do something, because sometimes we get bored. That's when we get bored. We don't want to be sitting around the house all day. you know? So if you're not making plans, you're not doing it. If you're a boring guy and you don't want to do anything ever, I have met a lot of guys who don't want to do anything ever. They don't want to go out, they don't want to have fun, they just want to go work, go home, go work, go home. That's boring. Women get bored. You do not want your woman bored. So make some plans with her, even if it's a romantic dinner at home. If you don't like to go out, go somewhere with her. Go do something, anything other than nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. And spend some quality time with her outside the home so that she doesn't feel like she has to go run away from home to find some entertainment with her friends. That will honestly help your relationship as well. The next one would be agree to check in regularly. Like, you both need to be talking to each other about how you feel about each other's social life. How does she feel about your social life? How do you feel about her social life? And check in now and then. Even if you did agree to, hey, I'm cool with you going out every other week, but it still kind of bothers you when you're dealing with her going out every other week, then it's okay to check in, because life lasts a long time. Relationships last a long time. If you want it to last a long time, you guys have to have regular check-ins. And how do you feel about this? Letting her know how you feel about her social life, and her letting you know how she feels about your social life. Or even basically talk about how do you both feel about each other's social life together. Are you guys doing things? Are you guys having fun? And if you guys aren't having these conversations, your woman will run out and go hang out with her friends instead. You know what I mean? So regular check-ins can be very important. I think also check-ins as in, if she goes out with her friends, disappearance, I don't feel like disappearing is okay or ethical in relationships. So checking in as if she's going to go out, she needs to check in with you if she's going to go to a friend's house afterward, or if she's going to be out later than she's supposed to. And clear communication in relationships is very important. So that in regards to checking in should be important, and you communicating that with her and letting her know, hey, don't just disappear. Don't just come home 4, 5, 3 hours later than you said you were going to, and not even communicating that. Because especially if it's out late at night, it's dangerous. There's people out there, there's predators out there, there's perverts out there, drinking involved, there could be an accident involved. And to respect your relationship, she definitely should be checking in with you if she's been going out with her friends all the time, to the club, to the bar, whatever it is. And it's going to be very important as well for you both to have a mutual understanding, and for both of you to communicate your personal needs and desires in relationships. Like, if you do not want to be with somebody who's always going out, you need to say that. If she wants to be with somebody who she could always go out with, like, you both need to talk about that. If she wants to be with a guy that's not clingy and let her do her own thing, it's okay for her to say that. You know, but if you want a homebody, if you want a woman who always has her nose stuck in a book at home all the time, then you need to be open about that. And you both need to be really open about your personal needs and desires. And can your partner fulfill those personal needs and desires? And you need to be truthful and real about that. And so does your partner as well. And can you compromise with that, or can you not? You know? Another one would be, if you're not getting any compromise and the communication is just not working, and you keep telling her you're gonna want her to go, and she keeps going all the time, and she's just blatantly disrespecting your wishes, you could always seek counseling. There's always professionals out there that could help. There's relationship counseling. I do EFAL readings for couples, and I do EBO for couples, which is like to help heal the energy that's going on within a relationship or marriage. So I offer those type of things. So if you would like to get a reading, or if you would like to get some type of EBO or healing done for your relationship or your marriage, you could go ahead and give me a call or send me an appointment and let me know. I always leave my WhatsApp under my YouTube videos. Also, if you guys still don't come up with a compromise, and you guys try to get counsel or some kind of help, outside help, and it's still not working, I think eventually you have to respect the decision that she made. If she just wants to keep going and going and going, she needs to, or you need to respect that decision. That's what she wants for herself. And if you just really don't want to be with a person who always does that, she needs to respect your decision that you don't want to be with a person that's always doing that. And that's okay. And you both need to prioritize your happiness. Whether it's you need to find something to occupy your mind if you're going to decide to stay with her that's going to keep you from getting mad about it. Do you need to just accept her for who she is? Do you want to stay in the relationship? or do you want to just make the conscious decision that that is not beneficial for your well-being and your happiness and your peace of mind? And that's only your decision. You have to make that decision yourself. But I would have to say, if you are not talking to her and you have not taken any of these steps to work on that, and then you just up and bounce out the relationship, that's not healthy either. Like, you gotta compromise, you gotta communicate, you gotta try and do something, because that's what relationships are for. And if you can't put work into it, then you don't need to be in a relationship. And I think that it's just kind of selfish for people to be in relationships and not learn to work with another human being. And we need to learn how to be in harmony with other people and understand that other people have needs and wants, and other people have feelings. Other people have a right to the way they feel, and other people have a right to their needs and their boundaries and whatever, you know, and we do too, you know. So we need to give other people the same respect that we want other people to respect us for, you know what I mean? So I hope this helps y'all. I keep getting these questions all the time. So this is going to be my last video on common questions that men ask me about women. I hope your relationship is any way. May good fortune come to you and your spouse or your wife or loved one or whatever. My next video, I'm going to step away from questions in regards to men asking questions. I'm going to get into sociology in regards to identity. So we are definitely having some form of identity crisis in the States. So I want to talk about that. I'm going to step into, how does religion identify you? How is politics identifying you? How has your upbringing identified you? What is healthy identification? What is not so healthy? What are some things we need to be more mindful of, and what has conditioned us to think that we are something that we're not? Trauma is a big one. A lot of us identify with our trauma and we think that's who we are. And we can have really bad habits and think that's who we are. And that's not really who we are. Like, people will say, I am my depression. You are not your depression. And there's a big thing going on with the States right now with sexuality and how we identify ourselves through sexuality. So I'm going to tap into a whole lot of videos. It's probably going to be like a 10 series of videos, because there's so many bits and pieces of so many different things that we are exposed to our whole entire life that creates what we call identity. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mind of Ro. Namaste, Odabo. Peace, y'all.